And here I am. And it's a mess behind me, but that's okay because this is just a quick little check-in. There we go. I had a hell of a time getting the camera to work, but it's all fixed now. And hopefully we're recording and all that fun stuff. Okay. So my name is Geralyn St. Joseph, and today we're just going to do a quick little card pull. I can answer some questions if you put it in the chat or the comments. Don't know what the delay is. I've been experimenting with StreamYard for a little bit. Seems to be a delay. Sometimes I look like this is a dubbed video. So I don't know what to do with these things. Anyway, I like it for the most part. And I do recommend it's not overly costly and you're hitting a lot of audiences at once. So that's my shameless plug for StreamYard. I am Geralyn St. Joseph, and today what we're going to do is a card pull. I have this deck. Oh, I'm always backwards with that stuff. Oracle of the Seven Energies. It's Collette Bron-Reid. I like her stuff. So a friend of mine gave me a deck of her cards. So we're going to do that. Basically, what we're talking about today is we're just going to look at like how things are going, what we should expect. And basically, we're asking Spirit, what is the thing that we most need to know? Because of that, it doesn't really matter where you are or when you find this, because whenever you find it is when it's the right time for you. So I'm just going to write real quick in the comments so that everybody can see that and go from there. All right. Okay, so we get ourselves ready, take a deep breath, you let it out slowly. And then we pull a card from the deck. Or like I usually just open the deck up. You know. So let's see. Can you see this okay? I know my one. There we go. Feeling the world. A lot of us feel like that right now. So what is happening is that we are in the middle of this huge shift. And I don't even know if middle is the right word to use, but there is a great shift happening right now in the world. Spirit is pulling us to make a decision, to decide whether we want to stay with the new earth and vibrate up to 5D or vibrate at a higher pitch. And we can do that, or we have the choice to stay in the lower vibration. When we talk about feeling the world, it means two things. One is the thought that we are feeling all the emotions from all the people around us, that nothing is really separated. We are all part of the all that is, all part of the one, and that really can't be separated out. I like to say the term, we are divinity discovering itself and experimenting and learning. So in that way, we're all connected. Energetically, we are definitely connected because energetically we vibrate at certain frequencies. We're within a certain range and we can feel each other. They found the part of the brain that controls empathy. So scientifically, that's proven. It's been found also in several other mammals like dogs and monkeys and I believe dolphins. So they do believe that other animals also have the ability to feel what others are feeling. So feeling the world also means feeling Mother Earth. Mother Earth is hella stressed. She is not terribly happy with the way she's been treated. Let's face it, she's been very abused, especially in the last century and a half. And she is shifting. She is changing her vibration, which if your vibration is lower, it will shake you off the new earth. If you if you choose to have a higher vibration, keep your frequency high, then you will transition into the new earth. And I know a lot of that's confusing for a lot of us, and sounds like word salad. But to put it simply, what it means is that we need to be more aware of Mother Earth as an energetic being and how she's feeling and what she's doing. And we need to be more aware also of our connectedness to all of life on Earth. So that's all people, no matter what shape, size, color, or belief system. And that's all animals, crystals, plants, trees, the wind, everything. I like the idea of being closer to and being a part of the earth and getting more into a rhythm where we're more attuned to our vibrations. So right now, the Schumann resonance has been going a little nuts. There's been spikes. They call the Schumann resonance the heartbeat of Earth. And we've also been getting hit with quite a bit from the sun, different solar rays and whatnot that have been projecting out. And this affects all the electronic systems, including this. I had a problem getting on today, but all electronic systems. So we are an electronic system. We may not think of ourselves that way, but our nervous system is energy. I mean, we put off an electrical charge. We have an EMF, an electromagnetic field. And because of that, when the Earth's EMF is shifting or is off, we feel that. The more sensitive and aware you are of your body, the more you can ride it, as opposed to people who aren't aware. They just have been getting angry and yelling at people and being nasty and just not really getting what the message is trying to tell us. They're just not getting it. So we need to make the choice to vibe at a higher vibration and keep up with Mother Earth, or she'll leave us behind. So this also causes all kinds of physical things as well as emotional. So just be aware. It might be something you want to look up online. I believe there are different charts and things that'll show you the resonance, especially when it's like spiking and that kind of thing. Okay, so that's the first, is feeling the earth. Being aware of ourselves enough to know that things are not necessarily coming out internally, but that we're feeling everything around us and that connection. So that's the basic meaning of that one. Let's see. I'll do 3 cards. And then if we have any questions, I'll take questions. I'm not going to be on here very long because I do have a meeting in a little bit, but I figured I'd hop on and just say hi, have some fun, even though I just sounded like I was preaching from the pulpit there. So the next card is bearing fruit. Hey, cuz I love you too. This is bearing fruit. And basically what this, wow, that's really pretty. If you look down at the trunk of the tree, see, it's finally in focus, I think. That is gorgeous. You see all that stuff under there? That there's so much there than meets the eye. If you just give things a cursory look, oftentimes you miss so much. So what Spirit is asking us to do is to look deeper, to feel more deeply, to connect and nurture our connections. Like one of my favorite cousins, I can't say favorite cousin because everybody will be mad at me, but one of my favorite cousins just came on to let me know that she's here, which is awesome. It always makes me feel better to know that our family has such a loving and nurturing connection with one another. It truly is a gift. So the card of bearing fruit across shows a tree. I was just talking about being a tree hugger. So what that's talking about is the tree of life, and that everything you do comes full circle. So, as they say, what you put out, you will get back. And Spirit is saying now is the time that we're bearing fruit. It also is alluding to creation and manifestation. So, we need to be aware that right now, especially with the energetics as they are, things are tending to manifest much more quickly than they have before. And it doesn't matter whether you're really focusing on it to manifest it or you're just focusing on something, you're pulling energy to it. So when you're focusing on something negative, that's what you're going to get back out of it. You don't want to do that. That is very, very bad. Pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to your emotions, and pay attention to where they're going. If you want good things, if you want the money to flow, if you want your family to be happy, if you want to feel better, then focus on those things. When we try to focus on things that are past that, bigger than that, or things that are not really reasonable, say like, I don't know, winning a huge lottery or something like that, where it's going to take several times before that actually happens, or it may not happen because there's billions of people wishing for the same thing. We really need to be cognizant of what our heart is telling us. So you may in your head say, "Oh, I want," we'll do it with partners. "I want a great partner. I want somebody who doesn't cheat on me. I want somebody who doesn't lie to me. I want somebody who doesn't step out on me. I want somebody who doesn't smoke." As you're thinking all this, Spirit's hearing, okay, cheating, liar, smoking, got it. You got to put your energy into the positives. I want somebody who's faithful. I want somebody who's loyal. I want somebody who's a good communicator. I want somebody who's willing to communicate and really connect with me on a deep level. Sounds totally different. Vibration is totally different. So we need to be very aware of what we're putting out, because that's what we're going to get back. And that's where we bear our fruit. Know that if all you consume is negativity, like if you watch the news 24/7 and you're watching either CNN or Fox or whoever you're watching, they all have something to say and it's all pretty negative. Look for the positive. As Mr. Rogers once said, when bad things happen, look for the heroes, look for the good people. So finding the positive in whatever is happening to you or around you is really essential, especially right now. Try and frame things in a way that, I'm not saying to be Pollyanna and pie in the sky. Be realistic, but also be realistic in the fact that you're not the only human on earth, that other people are also human, that they have trials and tribulations. Recognize when you're dealing with somebody who maybe may not be as educated as you or as aware as you are. And the way to reach people, the way to really communicate is not to put people down and call them stupid and dumb and just stop the conversation because we can't have this conversation, is to look at things with an air of curiosity. Be curious, ask questions, and don't get offended when somebody asks you questions, because we're not all coming from the same place. And we're not all lumped into just 2 camps or 3 camps. There's all this nuance that is totally missing from the conversation today. So if you are not allowing for nuance, then you're pulling in others that also do not allow for nuance and who are going to make assumptions. And what happens when you assume? When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. That's assumptions. So we don't want to do that. So the first card was feeling the earth. The second card was you're bearing fruit. And let's see what the third card is. Let's see. Also, while I'm shuffling, I just got done with my podcast on News for the Soul. It should be up, I guess, within the next 24 hours, where you can go into my podcast, Voice of Spirit, and then look for the recording. I also recorded it a couple other different ways, so I may put it out there also. But I'm on News for the Soul the second Tuesday of every month. This month we were a little late because of technical difficulties, but finally got there and still on a Tuesday. And let's see. Okay, what else does Spirit want us to know? All right, here's a good one too. Oh, it's interesting. It's number 23. 23 has a special meaning to me. I associate it with my grandmother, so I don't know if you could. I'm always going in the wrong direction. Ta-da! Healing the heart. So, what does healing the heart say to you? Like when you think of that, if you just close your eyes and you allow your mind to do like a stream of consciousness, what would you write down? Healing the heart. What does that mean? What do you think you have that needs to be healed? I can tell you with absolute certainty that not a person living on earth today is without some kind of a wound emotionally. And again, healing the heart could be the physical heart. It could be like changing your vibration so that your physical heart is not suffering with these frequency changes. It could be, and probably more than not, for most of us, it's an emotional thing. The heart is the seat of our emotions, and it is an intelligent thing, but it tends to hold on to things a little too long or let them grow a little too large. And those things will stop us from really being in the flow. Yes, release and forgive. Yes. So healing the heart is about letting go of all hopes of a better past. It's also about acknowledging and being open to who is really sitting in front of you. Many of us will have relationships where we see somebody's potential, but we're not really looking at who they are. We're looking at who they can be or who we think they should be. We need to be open to exploring who they really are and what they're doing with their lives, where they're going, what needs to happen, and maybe nurture them or give them the support they need to become who they are meant to be, but they may not choose that. And that's not our responsibility, nor is it we don't have a right to do that to others. So if you have a friend, a relative, boyfriend, whatever, who you see making really bad choices and it's really hurting you emotionally, you need to look at why is it hurting you so badly? Maybe have a conversation if that's possible. You might have to walk away if it's not. And you need to look in yourself and say, am I really just worried about the way this is affecting me? Do I just want control? Maybe this is going to work out for this person differently. Maybe this is what they need to go through. Maybe this is teaching them something. And just be open to who they are and what their choices are because they have their own agency, just like you do. And people need to make their own decisions. We can lead a horse to water, but we can't make him drink. We can try, but it's fruitless. So being open to conversation, having the tough discussions, that often is very, very healing for your heart. I said I was only going to do 3, so I'm going to stop shortly. My website, you can see it up here. I have a few things coming up. I have a couple of groups on meetup.com. And through those groups, you can always see what I'm doing. Oh, you're welcome. And on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on January, I wish it was June because it's snowing outside right now. In January, the 17th, I'm all wrapped up in my my cords. I'm knocking things over. On January 17th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, if you go to meetup.com and you look up Mystery, Mystics, and Metaphysics, you'll see that tomorrow night we're going to be talking about your money energy or your relationship with money. And what we're going to do is explore how your relationship with money works for or against you and what that relationship might be. We'll probably do a little journey and we'll discuss different things. Most of my classes and whatnot are experiential. So I want you to experience something. I want to give you something that you can utilize. Then maybe it's not 2 weeks, next week. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. So on the 24th at 7 p.m., I'll be doing a class where we're going to be healing our relationship with our money to help you move forward with that. So both of those, generally I will do things at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. There are times when I do things on the weekend. If the weekend's easier for you, let me know. I do record just about everything. And when I record things, I tend to put them up on YouTube. If it's a paid class, I can always send you the video link because those are private. And I think that's about it. Oh, one more thing. I almost forgot. On Friday and Saturday, this Friday and Saturday, the 19th and the 20th, in Elkton, Maryland, at Cecil College, I will have 2 tables there. It'll be my friend Terry, who is a Reiki master. She's going to have all different types of oracle decks and tarot decks and other things like chakra cards and things like that. And then I will have my books, which I will sign for you. I will have mostly my psychic self-defense because I'm going to be giving a talk on that on Saturday at 2 p.m. Saturday at 10 p.m., I'm going to be talking about the soul of tarot. So we're going to be doing little exercises to open up our intuition, which is a lot of fun. It's only $10 to go to all the speakers, from what I understand. And if you're just going to go in and you might want to get a reading or whatnot, it's free to go in. And then the readings are extra. There's also, we'll have gemstones and all kinds of things. And Lance will be there with his artwork. He's at corvusinc.com. So that I think is all my plugging that I need to do for right now. So it's January 19th and 20th. It's at Cecil College in Elkton, Maryland. And we'll be there Friday night. And we'll be there all day Saturday. Saturday, I speak at 10 and at 2. Like the way you have to drive your car. Just remember that, 10 and 2. Okay. It was nice seeing everybody and talking to everyone and getting a little bit of back and forth going. If you have any questions or if there's anything you want me to talk about or if you want me to come on more often, do me a favor. Follow me or subscribe. Put a like wherever you can. Get this out here if you think any of this information is good. And I will be talking to you next time. It's Geralyn St. Joseph, Voice of Spirit, signing off. Mahalo.